Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Amit Sharma, and I'm back with another session of DGJF SAMVAD, the Jewelers Talk Show, an interactive program by Informa Markets and Swear the Voice of Jewelers. And today we have with us the amazing personality of our gems and jewelry industry, Mr. Jayant Raniga, CEO of Pure Jewels London. Hello, Mr. Jayant. I welcome you today at DGJF SAMVAD, a podcast series. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you very much, and thanks for inviting me to participate on this podcast.
Right. Ms. Jen, I would like to know from you. Pure Jewels is a renowned international jewelry brand. What are the values that drive the brand till date?
Well, it's very kind of you to say that it's a renowned international jewelry brand. We consider ourselves to be a heritage brand. So I'm a ninth generation jeweler.
Wow.
And it's something, and our roots and our heritage is something that certainly I'm very proud of, and it's become at the very center of our brand narrative. And if I was to sum up what Pure Jewels celebrates as a company, it would be we celebrate the idea of journeys.
Okay.
And if we are to chart the journey of my grandfather, who founded the company in Nairobi in 1950, then it's the journey of it's a journey of looking forward to new ventures, looking forward to a new life. He jumped on a ship in the 1930s with his friends to go to East Africa, to Nairobi, and he landed there with his skills of making jewelry. And he catered to the local community there. And in 1950, he set up his first workshop. And we came to England in 1975. So the Pure Jewels story is very much about journeys.
All right, fantastic. You've been a tech savvy person, making the best use of technology. Uh, I would like to understand how you grow your business online within a short time. Like, how do you plan further to take your business online?
Sure. So I can tell you it hasn't happened in a short time. It's something which takes quite a long time to build a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, a few anecdotes in my early days. I've grown up in a workshop environment. I've seen my dad, my grandfather, my uncles work, in a workshop environment, and I've seen the craftsmanship firsthand. So you can say the blood. So it was very interesting that, my grandfather, although he loved the fact that I had so much passion and interest in making and the craft that goes into our industry, what he really emphasized on was the need for education. And he always said, better you have to go and study, you have to get a degree, and you have to get experience, in other industries so that you can bring new practices into this industry as well. And that's exactly what I did. I trained as an economist. Okay. I worked in investment banking for a while. So I learned a lot of operational skills. I learned a lot of skills that I did not know at the time would become useful for me in moving the business forward. But certainly, these became additional ingredients which helped build an operational sense, because e-commerce is not easy. And to do e-commerce in with fine jewelry or to put stories forward is challenging. It requires a completely different level of operational discipline. And there are a lot of success stories out there, but I can only understand how hard everyone works in pushing their brand forward.
Correct. Now, as you just mentioned that you are the ninth generations for Pure Jewels, what is the edge, if I may ask you, like what give you an upper edge when I compare with any new entity that comes into the picture and Pure Jewels? Like,
So I'm a ninth generation jeweler because I come from a community, very proudly come from a community of jewelers. I'm a Soni, and I proudly wear the hat of, saying that we are karigars, we are craftspeople, and it's something, it's a heritage which is really important. When you talk to me about sustainability, for instance, okay, I'm not just talking about provenance and source of materials, but I'm also talking about sustainability of our craft. This is something which is very much at the core of what we're building as a company. The idea that craftsmanship needs to be preserved, otherwise time will forget it. This is, really important. While I'm fascinated with new technologies which are coming in the industry, as far as production is concerned, mass production, innovation in technology that pushing forward, we cannot forget our roots. We cannot forget where we're coming from as a jewelry industry. And for me, promoting and creating sustainability in the very core of what makes our industry great, which is the craftsmanship, is something that time should not forget. Let's put it that way. So this is very much at the center of what we do. And when you start talking about craftsmanship, you're talking about effectively luxury.
All right.
If you look at the definition of luxury, luxury requires a sense of heritage, which our industry has lots of, and certainly our company certainly celebrates. But also you've got to combine that with craftsmanship, and craftsmanship is not fast. It's a slow process, and it requires care, and it requires love, and it requires a lot of passion, when building craftsmanship. So how do you depict that from a technological point of view? How do you bring that forward and communicate that to the end consumer? And technology is something which is an enabler to tell those stories.
Exactly.
And this is what I find absolutely fascinating, that, if you look at social media in UK, we have TikTok and Instagram, and the whole of Asia is very strong on Instagram. These are great platforms to tell some amazing stories and authentic stories, of where things come from. And the consumer needs to be educated. And at the end of the day, we have a choice as a jewelry firm. We have a choice of doing one of two things. We're either selling discounts, or we're selling symbolisms, or we're selling stories. And if you look at our brand story, the story of aspiration, the story of looking forward to the unknown, the story of journeys itself, these are symbolisms that everyone can relate to. Every human being can relate to. And imagine creating jewelry, and imagine creating design, and imagine challenging a whole new generation of designers and craftspeople to think about symbolisms in jewelry, and what new ideas can we bring forward. Which human being cannot connect with that? Because after all, we are humans. We all want to connect with each other.
That is so true. So, are you a Bollywood buff?
Yeah, I'm very much. We're my wife, my kids, and we are very much a Bollywood, very much a Bollywood family. Let's put it that way, in terms of Bollywood fans.
All right. So, who's your favorite actor?
I've quite a few favorite actors, and I love the way Akshay Kumar is continuously reviving himself, and picking up some really nice topics, symbolic topics, which I think is quite interesting, and he's touched on some very nice topics. And I like actors who take on controversial topics and really deal with them. So I'm enjoying that era at the moment of Bollywood.
Okay. Any particular movie that you can watch ever again, on and on?
I must say the favorite in our family and in our household is definitely The Three Idiots, and I think that's something we've been watching quite a lot. And one of the reasons it appeals to me is Amir Khan's idea that you got to follow excellence, you got to follow your passion, and everything else will fall in place. And I think that story and that narrative is important, and I think that's what we should all focus on.
Okay. So, are you also a foodie?
Well, you can tell I am, and I absolutely love food. I sometimes threaten to cook, but my wife is the real chef of the family. But yeah, but absolutely, from all the sort of fast food, stalls in Bombay to sometimes I get into trouble, but it's worth it. So yeah, I enjoy all the chatpatas that.
Lovely. So, if you could share a meal with any four individuals, maybe living or there at the moment, who they would be?
I would love to sit with the Queen. Okay, I think she is absolutely amazing. Paddington Bear very recently got that opportunity, and I think it would be really interesting to understand, what she likes and what she doesn't. Because again, she's this one personality where who has been steadfast and absolutely solid throughout her life,
Mhm.
not a single wrong turn from her side. So I admire her a lot.
Okay.
In terms on the business world, I'd love to sit with Warren Buffett,
Okay.
and he's a very interesting person, and he's someone that, irrespective of what's happening in the world of technology and all the bubbles that are coming and going, he's a very consistent person. So it would be
Mhm.
nice to get some insights from him.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Now I'll shift to the rapid fire round of our session where we're going to give you one word and you don't have any time to give a thought about it. And whatever comes to your mind, the first word, you have to respond with that. So, India,
Inspiring.
Pure Jewels,
Journeys.
United Kingdom,
Home.
role model,
My ancestors.
Jayant Raniga,
Need to get fit.
technology,
The future.
trends,
Trends. Uh, Necessary and not the be and end all.
okay, secret,
Not many.
life,
Enjoy.
food,
Love.
guilty pleasure,
Humanity. Enjoying human interaction
all right, inspiration,
everywhere
dream for the future,
to really help our industry move forward in a positive way and a sustainable way.
all right. So we come to an end of this session, Ms. Jayant. It was lovely talking to you, and thank you so much for allotting us time today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you everyone for listening. And I look forward to seeing everyone soon.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more such interactive sessions by eminent personality of the jewelry industry. See you all soon. Goodbye.